My biggest motivation is, I think that with surfing, it's such a multi-dynamic set of problems that coming back, getting coaching, having that focus lets me go home and then progress further afterwards.
This was the first time back in the water for surfing in almost 3 years. And in that interim, we had a baby, so we now have a little girl. She's almost 2. So for me, it was coming back. I just wanted to make sure that I could still do this.
Surf Simply video tutorial on angled takeoffs completely changed my life. So then they mentioned that they were going to do Surf Simply, and I was like, what? I love the podcast! And so I wanted to come.
I just really wanted to learn how to surf and get valuable instruction, just try to take it up a level and be able to feel competent.
6 years ago, I came to Surf Simply and just loved it and just was really blown away by the very specific instructive quality of the teaching. And then I've been surfing more regularly in the last couple of years with this amazing posse, this one right here.
I think the first time I came, I just wanted to get some technical surfing coaching. And now I feel like it's that, but I also come back because I just love the people here. They're almost like my second family.
I keep coming back just because of the people here, the experience, the coaching, the ability to make a whole lot of progress on my surfing in a week, and to meet up with friends from prior surf trips, and then a whole bunch of new people that share the same passion for good surf instruction, good waves, and a quality week in Costa Rica. The coaching here is very cohesive. Clearly there's a lot of guidance from Rue and Jesse and Harry, who designed the system of coaching. You can bounce between coaches and get a really consistent message.
You have 1 or 2 coaches that are with you the entire week, and you can just rely on them for all those questions that you have as you're both during theory and when you're actually surfing.
This is broken up into steps, and you see it on a video. So yeah, you feel like you're, a professional athlete.
I surfed in the morning, and then we did theory, and so we reviewed, the footage, and then went over techniques, and then in the afternoon, I just felt like a different surfer every day.
It just takes the woo-woo out of surfing and just logically lays out the skill progression and sets you up to succeed.
We spent a lot of time working on these things that felt super small in the whitewater, like adjusting your foot or leaning really a little bit, or have your hand on a button, and then going out. That immediately translated to being able to catch a much bigger wave than I'd ever caught in my life, and then feel comfortable.
I mean, I play golf, so golf is very technical, and so I like very specific technical coaching just because that's what I'm used to. And I'm a big fan of drills, and golfers pretty much live and die by drills.
I mean, I think that when I think about surfing, again, there's so much going on when you're riding a wave. There's so many little small movements and micro decisions that are affecting what you're doing. That having the coaches that are super adept at picking that one thing that actually matters is where I get these huge breakthroughs.
I was with Teal and Prado this week. Such great coaches, very helpful, very attuned to what we all needed, helping us get out the back and helping us catch the right waves.
I worked with Asher, and I think you look at somebody who is incredibly positive, but is also really effective at delivering sort of that constructive criticism.
Having Will in the water with me, he was empowering, encouraging, but also really precise, fast, advice as you're paddling for the wave.
Jesse just is so giving me the few things that I needed to know.
I was with Harrison and felt very grateful for the one-on-one attention the whole time. He would just give the nuggets and then summarize and kind of expand to like, this is where it fits and this is the one thing you're gonna do in the whitewater.
Oh, Tommy's great. He's the right blend of cheerleader and because he's super enthusiastic, and then with a little bit of Asian mom where he's like super strict and telling you specifically what you need to do, and he's just got this perfect blend where you're never discouraged, but you always know that there's something to get better at.
Obviously, being out in the water and getting to surf again was amazing.
I think also for me it was just the feeling of like accomplishment and being able to be out in much bigger water than I'm used to.
For some reason, Friday night sunset paddle out is always dreamy. You come in and I grabbed a cider and got a little buzz. So
Highlight of the week for me was just seeing the new resort come together into a facility that was specifically built for the mission of Surf Simply. Is just spectacular. We can walk to the beach now instead of drive to the beach.
I'm a big fan of the new resort, and the setup is amazing, and they've thought out all these little details, and it's just beautiful. It's like the most beautiful but still like homey places that I've ever been in.
So I just finished giving Rue a double magnum custom wine bottle that was created with the artwork of the new resort, and I wanted to do something to commemorate the event, maybe to give them something to have a little bit of a celebration when they can take a break, but also reaching out to people I've been on trips with. We were able to raise a little bit of extra money to donate to the surf program that Rue has planned for local kids here to help kick that off.
As someone who's pretty type A, it's the most relaxing week I can ever have, in that everything is immaculately planned, it's thought out, it's organized. I mean, it really is just a really incredibly well-run operation that allows you to focus on what you want to do.
I feel like that this place has achieved a balance that is incredibly hard to achieve. It's incredibly well balanced. I feel like I've had relaxation and extreme amount of surfing and learning.
Of working really hard all week, and you're like nurtured and cared for, and you take care of your body, and again, those are like luxurious, but they're also really constructive to trying to be a surfer in a sustainable way.
I would say a week here is probably the most easy vacation experience you've had. It's all going to be taken care of. You'll be super comfortable, feel like every detail that you didn't even know to think of has already been attended to.
And frankly, the fact that even the food is well thought out in terms of it's filling, it's healthy.
Flavors.
Like world-class gourmet food at every meal.
Yeah.
And
So
like
thoughtful.
really creative.
So thoughtfully
like
done.
I think Dennis knows that when I come back here, he needs to make a little bit extra, because I think I'm one of the many people that goes back for seconds and thirds and sometimes fourths.
Dennis, through his own creation and also the help of some really talented staff like Yayo, really elevate it to good food, but food that's artwork.
What's always interesting here is you bring a group of people together that have a pretty eclectic mix, but are sort of united by one goal, which is the idea of learning how to surf better.
And I knew half of the crew, but then I also got to meet some really cool new people this week. Yeah.
It takes about 24 hours to feel like long friends, and I spend a good part of the rest of the year going to visit and surf with people that I've met here.
Just everyone has an amazing story, and out on the water everyone's incredibly supportive and knows what everyone's working on and is curious how the day went, and to see each other every day, it's really sweet. spirit.
Got it.
Success.
Coming from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, it was a very positive experience in terms of being able to progress. Just being here has motivated me to want to keep surfing.
So a lot of the progression that I've had this week has been about breaking some of those bad habits and working towards more positive patterns. Again, no massive breakthroughs. Because I was just talking to Rue about is as you get further down the tree of knowledge, it gets exponentially more challenging. And so as I move into that later phases, which I'm really excited about, it really is more about repetitive patterns and building those good habits.
My mind was blown. I do wish I had come a lot earlier because my learning curve was all about, well, I don't have a learning curve. I have a learning trough. And so this week was all about untangling my bad habits, which were many, and because I was just guessing.
What I learned a lot this week with Tommy was that if I really needed those fundamentals of doing cutbacks and whitewater climbs to get back to the power source of the wave so that I could learn to nose ride. So that's pretty much what we worked on, and the conditions were pretty big and challenging this week, and it was actually perfect to work on whitewater climbs.
We're gonna go back to reality where nobody massages you, nobody stretches you, nobody feeds you great food, but we will be able to look at each other and
Just nod.
just sort of also reiterate the things that we've learned here.
A week at Surf Simply is always something to look forward to, and then to be able to reflect on and remember when it's over is so nice.
It's a vacation that it will not end. I feel like it's a vacation that doesn't end. You don't have that sad last day feeling because
You're like filled up.
yeah,
Hold it
it's
all.
gonna keep going. It's gonna keep on going.